Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's meeting of the Livingston County Board of Commissioners. We will pause a moment for a moment of prayer. Thank you. And now, Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Domas,
Here.
Commissioner Helserman,
Here.
Commissioner Sample,
Here.
Commissioner Nakagiri,
Here.
Commissioner Dreck,
Here.
Commissioner Deaton is absent, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Fiani,
Here.
and Commissioner Gross.
Here.
Quorum is present.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the agenda, Nakagiri.
Support, Helserman. Been moved and supported to approve the agenda. Are there any comments, questions, or additions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The next item on the agenda is correspondence. We have correspondence from Delta County, Eaton, Montcalm, and two from Wexford. Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to receive and place on file the correspondence.
Thank you.
Second, Sample.
Been moved and supported to accept the correspondence, place it on file. We'll now move on to item 7, which is our employee recognition this evening.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I hate to interrupt, but could I get a vote on the correspondence? We had a move and we
Okay.
had it moved by Commissioner Fiani, second by Sample.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next, our Commissioner Jay
Yes,
Gross will present the recognition of,
yes. I'm pleased to take care of the recognition for Ms. Tina Ferenz from Facility Service Department. So Tina, you and Kevin would like to come forward.
All the way up, all right.
Yeah.
Never been in that.
Okay, Steve's winner, recognition winner is Tina Ferenz. Tina is a 20-year vet employee of the county and Facilities Services Department. She started as a temporary custodian and has taken the position of lead custodian since 2015. The lead custodian has an important role within facility services, managing a team of over 20 custodians who are deployed around all of the county buildings nearly 24/7. That is a load to take on, and Tina does it expertly and with a smile on her face. It's a beautiful smile indeed. The winning nomination was submitted by Tina's supervisor, who watched her providing an extraordinary level of service every day and thought she deserved some recognition for it. The nomination reads as follows. Tina's attention to detail and commitment is a testament to her professionalism. Tina routinely shows up early, stays late, and is instrumental in ensuring the cleaning and maintenance of county buildings is exemplary. Tina trains new hires, schedules staffing, manages employees, participates in getting new hires interviewed, and handles just about anything that should come up. She is always in a good mood and is a joy to have around. Facility services would not be the same without her. Wonderful. So the Employee Recognition Committee was drawn in by Tina's nomination, especially since Tina is not in a role that is seen by the public, nor that often interacts with other employees. Yet members of the Employee Recognition Committee remembered their own interactions with Tina over the years. One committee member said that Tina was always professional and always in a good mood, even when she thought no one was watching. This consistent exemplary work ethic and positive demeanor is what the committee wanted to recognize. So, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I think Kevin has a few words to say.
Step in here. So I have something I'd like to read because Tina and I have been coworkers for quite a few years. It'll just be easier for me to describe how amazing of a person and an employee that you are. So Tina, your hard work and dedication to the Facility Services Department has not gone unnoticed. Being devoted to completing all of the tasks each evening and filling any gap that comes up are just small examples of what you accomplish day in and out, 20 years and counting. Tina prides herself on making sure all 750 county employees are given a clean workstation to arrive to each morning, and that all 21 custodians are supported, whether it be work-related or a personal matter. As their supervisor, Tina creates an approachable, fun, and productive work atmosphere. The employees she oversees respect her and enjoy her company so much that several of them get together regularly on their evening break to catch up and have dinner, which is always welcome to all. One thing about Tina that has always stuck out to me was how giving and caring she is, which was shown by her actions and eagerness to help those in less fortunate situations on many different occasions that just I witnessed. I'm sure there must be many more. So in lieu of this recognition, I thought it'd be fun to reach out to a couple of your employees and see if they'd share a word or two about you as their supervisor. So they described you as beyond caring and wonderful, smart, sassy, and a super supervisor, willing to try anything, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, compassionate, helpful, and understanding, a perpetual overachiever, and transparent and encouraging. So Tina, you truly deserve this recognition for being a top-tier employee for Livingston County. From all of us at Facility Services, thank you for your hard work, time, effort, and dedication.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on up and we'll get a picture with the group.
Me too. I'm sure it's her thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You get center side
Oh,
here.
okay.
There we go.
Oh.
Two.
Take like 7.
One will be good.
Yeah.
Thank you very,
Congratulations.
very much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is call to the public. Madam Clerk, do we have some names?
We do have several. We'll start with Mary Vitalik from Green Oak, followed by Chuck Wright.
Supposed to sit, I suppose.
You can, or you
Yes.
can stand with the mic.
Thank you, Mary. You have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Mary Vitale, Green Oak Township. I'm deeply disturbed by the comments that Commissioner Nakagiri made in the newspaper regarding DEI as a contributing factor for denying consideration of Judith McNeely, Vice President of Community Engagement at Gleaners Community Food Bank, for a position on the Human Services Collaborative Body. In fairness, he did say her lack of residency was the primary reason. However, he went on to say the following about DEI, and I cannot be quiet about this. He was quoted in the paper saying that DEI is Marxism, a racist ideology that teaches you that people with lighter skin color are evil, and that it's divisive. I have worked within a DEI environment for years. The goals of DEI are defined within each individual organization and are implemented based on the overall mission of the organization. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity means that the organization embraces diversity within its community. Diversity is not only based on skin color, but also gender, socioeconomic status, cultural differences, and sexual orientation, among others. Equity means working to ensure that everybody in that organization is given the tools and opportunities to reach their full potential. Inclusion means working to ensure that everybody is able to fully participate and that they are accepted and welcomed without judgment. To each of Commissioner Nakagiri's comments, Marxism envisions a classless society without private property. Using Marxism as a scare tactic has no validity here, and it's just plain lazy. But it has proven to be a very profitable scare tactic used by provocateurs to keep the money rolling in. I don't even know what to say about DEI teaching that lighter skinned people are evil. That is so patently false. It really makes me doubt the ability of this commissioner to discern legitimate concerns from fear-mongering. Racist. It seems that for some people, any attempt to recognize and work to remove barriers for communities of color is racist. Never mind that DEI is not just about skin color. There are many ways people are marginalized. Divisive ideology. Anything can be divisive when fear-mongering is used to sway people's opinions. How can we trust a commissioner to represent Livingston County who is informed by fear-mongering arguments? I would hope that is not representative of our county. We don't need decisions made by our commissioners to be the result of susceptibility to fear-mongering. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chuck Wright, Handy Township, followed by David Van Auker.
Hi, good evening. I'm happy to see that Administrator Byrd is on the agenda this evening. I looked at the resolution and the employment contract, and I didn't see any mention of retaining previous years of work seniority. So if that isn't addressed already, I'd hope that you gentlemen take up the issue this evening. And I'd like to thank Commissioner Nakagiri for his words on DEI recently.
Thank you, sir.
David Van Auker from Osceola.
Evening, gentlemen. I guess I'll start by saying you guys have a challenging job. And I appreciate all the efforts that you put in because you got a tough road to hoe. So I'm making a few comments following on some of the meetings. I'll try and keep this at 3 minutes. I'm probably going to get cut off long before I get to all my stuff. That's all right. Do what I can in the time I've got. So following up on discussion from the last time, we talked about the master plan. I again continue to encourage you to consider the use of the farmlands around here for food supply. So we're not talking about sustainability in the green sense, I guess we're talking about here. It's the importance of being able to feed ourselves and take care of ourselves because not all counties can do that. And I think it's something to consider in your long-term plans because it creates greater independence. And that's what I mean by sustainability is that it's we're able to have independence and be able to take care of ourselves. Some of the other agendas that are out in the world today can kind of interfere with that. Things like solar panels and wind power. It takes a lot of solar panels to create energy, and it also takes up a lot of farmland when people also need to eat besides energy. So it's a tough thing to try and balance, but we are aware of it out there and we know that you're trying to manage it. On transportation, mass transit is a nice thing if we can do it for people. I'm sympathetic to bikers. I've been heavily involved in the biking community in the past. Worked at a bike shop, paid through college, been involved with touring teams and racing teams and all that sort of thing. I've been hit by a car, so I know what that's like. Thankfully, I'm here to talk about it because I know some people have had less fortunate outcomes for that, and that's not good. But you can only do what you can do. Dense populations do allow for affordability of transportation though. So people are not without options if they want transportation. If we don't have it to offer here, it's not within our ability to do so. They can relocate to places that have that. So it's not just a complete pin in the corner situation for them. Dependence on programs from the federal government too. That's something else that I do think is important to mention. The average citizen right now, and when I say average, I really mean all citizens, diapers and wheelchairs, no matter how old or how young you are, you owe close to 100 grand in unpaid liabilities as a citizen. So when people say, you know, it takes us just a few dollars more in taxes, they don't know what they're talking about because they've got a lot more than that they have to come up with. And that makes it tough for you guys to make decisions about what to do with these resources. So I mentioned that, and I say too, it's frustrating for me because I see some of these opinions out there and people do not understand the economics. You know, we've got countries and that are leaving our dollar across the world because of the money and the way that we manage our finances. So I appreciate the fact that you guys are careful about managing the finances and let you know that people are aware of what's going on, and it's got a lot of tough decisions ahead of us to try and do good financially. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all the cards that I have this evening.
Have anybody on Zoom?
Yes, Commissioner, we do have one, Ellie Nickerton.
Hi, this is, I'm sorry, I'm from Heartland Township, by the way. Sorry, my voice is screwed up because I'm quite sick today. I wanted to briefly touch on the resolution regarding the purchase of 2 replacement buses. Now, the reason I wanted to point this out is because it says LETS has federal and state grant funding available from the fiscal year 2023 Section 5307 program that will fund 100% of the cost of the buses with no local funds necessary. The replacement buses, yeah. The reason I am pointing this out is because I've noticed that some county commissioners have a tendency to be over enthusiastic about, you know, complaining about these kinds of purchases when, you know, there is no local burden here, no local burden at all. So there's no real reason to complain about it. And in fact, this isn't just the bare minimum. This is less than the bare minimum. We need to do a lot more than just replacing buses. We need to do a lot more than this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Who's next?
I do not have any others, Commissioner.
Okay. And we will move on to the approval of the minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes, one from our last board meeting and the other from the closed session minutes of that meeting. Chair will entertain a motion to approve these minutes.
So moved, Gross.
Support, Helserman.
Been moved and supported to approve these minutes. Are there any comments or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Next on the agenda is reports. Do any of the commissioners have reports for us this evening? Yes, sir. Commissioner Gross.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this point, I'd like to invite Mark Robinson and Ms. Patricia Slitter to come forward. My colleagues at Mr. Robinson has most recently been the interim executive director of United Way of Livingston County. Ms. Slitter has been appointed as the new executive director. And so she's going to kick Mark out of his office and send him home to do his honeymoon list.
I've already moved out of the office.
Oh, okay.
Thank
But not out of the building.
Thank you, Commissioner Gross. I just wanted to say for a quick moment that the United Way of Livingston County is moving forward. They had considered some other potential management options and have decided to hire an executive director and continue to respond to local community needs. So there's a strong investment in that. And after an extensive search of over 100 resumes, they've hired Patricia Slider, who started on October 25th, and I'll let her introduce herself to you. And I'm real proud to have her on board.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I appreciate the opportunity. It's hard to describe how deeply I feel honored to have this role and have been selected to lead United Way here in Livingston County. I've been a resident of Livingston County for 31 years. My career has been in the corporate sector. I've supported the engineering fields in environmental and aviation. And it's taken me around the country in various states. I've always, during that entire career, focused on volunteering for nonprofit organizations and giving back. I've worked with the American Red Cross, and I'm still on their disaster action team. I've worked with the Salvation Army for many years and been employed by them as well. I've worked in various human service organizations and supporting the communities in homelessness, hunger deprivation, foster care and adoption, refugee resettlement, and even working in family preservation to keep these children from having to transfer into the foster care system. I've been very close to mission. I've been very close to need. And to have this opportunity to actually work on this side, I've always submitted the grants, to the United Way, and to be on this side of the table and actually be able to help distribute these funds to those organizations that are doing the most for your community is a real privilege and an honor. And I appreciate the opportunity to have been selected. I wanted to let you know that we do have our largest annual fundraising event coming up on December 4th. Had to put that in, I'm sorry. And I was going to leave some information out here, but since 2008, United Way of Livingston County has distributed about $4.6 million in funding through the generosity of this community. And we're actually hoping to hit a target of $350,000 this year, which is a good 23% increase over last year. I'm going to focus very intently on rebuilding relationships within the community and getting a lot of the corporate partners to align with us and really elevate the investment that we're making for those people in need. They're out there. I know that we live day to day and we don't see a lot of it, but there's a lot of need in this community. And it's a privilege to be part of bringing that aid to them. So thank you so much. One thing I would like to ask too, I'd like to invite you, I would like to learn a little bit more about the needs within your perspectives within your areas. I'm going to leave my business cards out front. And if anyone is interested in reaching out, I would welcome the opportunity to buy you a cup of coffee and just have a conversation about what are the challenges you're facing and how could we focus on that and provide some additional support. I'd appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Are there any other reports? We will move on then to, I'm sorry, we missed tabled items from the previous meetings. There are none, so I guess we didn't miss much. Next item on the agenda are the resolutions for consideration, and at this time I will turn the meeting over to our Vice Chair, Commissioner Drick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Resolutions for consideration, item number 12 on the agenda. 12A reads 2023-11-186. It's a resolution authorizing capital expenditure for the purchase of 2 replacement medium-duty buses brought to us by Let's. Can I get a motion?
Move it, Helserman.
Support Nakagiri.
Moved by Helserman, support by Nakagiri.
Good evening, commissioners. I'm joining you on Zoom. I'm feeling under the weather, so I'm joining you from Howell Township tonight. Explained this last Monday. This is a standard vehicle replacement, and it's entirely grant funded. As I noted last week, I will just I'll say again that the reason that a budget amendment is required is because we receive our federal grant awards halfway through the fiscal year. So this was not, I did not have the full award amount when the 2023 budget was due. So I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you, Director. Questions, analysis, comment? Seeing none, we'll close that portion and go to a roll call vote.
Commissioner Helserman,
Yes.
Commissioner Domas.
Yes.
Commissioner Sample,
Yes.
Commissioner Nakagiri,
Yes.
Commissioner Drick,
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton is absent, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Fiani,
Yes.
and Commissioner Gross.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We're on to item number 12, sub B. It's number 2023-11-187. It's a resolution authorizing an increase in total authorized vehicles for central dispatch in fiscal year 2024, carpool/central dispatch. May I get a motion?
So move Gross.
Second, Sample.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Sample. Ms. Williams, would you care to present if the commission needs more information?
I at least got to watch her walk out.
Any questions for our director? Seeing none, thank you for your cooperation in being here. I'll close the discussion and question and answer period and go to a roll call vote kindly. Thank you.
Commissioner Gross,
Yes.
Commissioner Helserman,
Yes.
Commissioner Domas,
Yes.
Commissioner Sample,
Yes.
Commissioner Nakagiri,
No.
Commissioner Drick,
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton is absent, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
and Commissioner Fiani.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We're on to 12C. It's number 2023-11-188. It's a resolution authorizing the board chair to sign a letter of agreement regarding the grievance procedure provisions for the sergeants and paramedics bargaining units. It's brought to us by Human Resources. May I get a motion, please?
Move it, please.
Second, Smith.
I'm hearing a motion by Domas, second by Commissioner Smith. Is there
And
a?
good, good evening, Commissioners. I am available should you have any questions. This is a legal compliance update related to the sergeant's agreement, allowing for the simultaneous filing of an EEO claim and a grievance, or a workers' compensation claim and a grievance. It relates to no particular issue that's presently in place. It is simply a legal update caught by one of the sergeant's union reps, actually. So happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. Questions for Jennifer? Seeing none, that portion is closed. We'll go to a voice vote. All those in favor of 12C, kindly say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. I'm hearing 8-0 unanimous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're at 12 sub D. It's item number 2023-11-189. It's a resolution suspending the search process authorized in resolution 2023-08-145, and to approve with conditions the appointment of county administrators brought to us by the Board of Commissioners.
Move it, please.
Thank you. A second?
Support, Helserman.
I heard
about unanimous support?
Domas and Smith for the motion. Any questions, analysis, comment by commissioners? Seeing none, I'll close that. We'll go to a voice vote. All those in favor kindly say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it's 8-0. It's unanimous. We're on to item number 13A and B, entitled Accounts Payables Reports. 13A reads claims dated November 13, 2023. 13B relates to payables dated October 13 through October 31st, 2023. Can I get a motion, please?
So move, Gross.
Support, Helserman.
Moved by Commissioner Gross, support by Commissioner Helserman. Questions, comment, debate? Seeing none, all those in favor kindly voice vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 8-0 passes unanimously, 13A and B. Item number 14 is call to the public. It's the second one of the night.
Mr. Chair. This is a little late in coming, but I see that Teresa Cromanti is in the back of the room here. Would you please step forward, Ms. Cromanti? I know you're looking for a brand new Cadillac or something. This is the best you got. Listen, I want to tell you that those of us who recall what happened a few weeks ago in that latest storm and tornado that dropped down, if you drove up 96 towards Lansing, couldn't help but see the damage that was done. And I want to tell you, because I had a number of people in my district who really needed help, and Teresa Cromanti and her team were right there and assisting everyone that called upon her department for help. So I had the distinct pleasure of going with our director, viewing some of the damage that was out, especially in the western part of the state. And I'm glad that we have Ms. Cromanti here in this capacity. And for that, I would you come up here and accept this, please? You may approach the bench. You're more than welcome to come up here too. Get your picture taken.
Is it okay if I have my team?
Sure, absolutely.
Team's photoing.
Teresa Cromanti by the Livingston County Board of Commissioners to express their sincere gratitude for her dedication during the severe storms causing devastation throughout the state of Michigan and Livingston County on Thursday, August 24th, 2023. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And this young lady-
I have hair in my mouth.
Speech.
Thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate the recognition.
Thank you. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
It was a terrifying trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Say hello to the old man for me.
I will do that. Thank you very much. My driver.
Mr. Chair.
You want to continue to call the public?
Oh, is there anyone else out here would like to speak and call to the public?
Or online?
Yes, sir. Martin Smith.
Thank you,
Commissioner.
Mr. Chairman. I just want to point out, you had the pleasure of eating with me at the EDC dinner we
Yes.
attended the other night, and I wanted to point out that our local representative through Ann Arbor Spark and the Livingston County Economic Development Center, Marcia Grabowski, is with us today, and I wanted to just say what a wonderful job she did. It was a wonderful presentation. We're talking hundreds of retention calls on local businesses, and just marvelous effort, and the chicken was pretty good too. But thank you.
And thank you for for hosting me on that.
Betcha. You betcha.
Anyone else? This is it. We're finished with call to the public. Pardon?
I don't have any cards.
Oh,
Is there anybody else on Zoom?
nobody out in the hallway?
Motion to adjourn.
You got it.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. So long.